Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Hey there, Four States. This is Luke Taylor, and welcome to today's edition of This Week in Crowder College. Today we are speaking with Michael Brockett. He's an instructor out at Crowder and also the coach for their speech and debate team. He's going to be telling us about that today. And Michael Brockett, thanks for joining us on KNEO.
Sure, thank you for having us.
Yeah, so you all had a pretty good first match or first event for the debate team. Tell us about how that went.
We did at Southwest Baptist University in Bolivar. We took a team of 4 up, and we, in our debate division, we placed first place. And the way that works, I had 4 students. I have one who's kind of an anchor that does the debating, and the other 3 do the research behind it. A topic is selected. They have 30 minutes to prepare an argument, and then they make the argument. We did very well. We placed first there, just ahead of the University of Missouri.
So they don't even know what they're going to be debating on when you're on your way up. That's something that they're given spur of the moment, and so that all just takes place the research and everything. They formulate their argument there, and that's how it works.
That's how it works. They have 5 subjects that are placed before them. They do what's called a strike, and there's a flip of the coin, and the person you're debating with, you go one-on-one with another person, and over a period of 6 rounds. And there are 5 subjects, and at the flip of the coin, one of them strikes a subject they don't want to debate, the other one strikes. And then we strike, they strike, and what's left is what they debate about.
Okay. And so do they get to pick which side of the argument that they land on, or is that selected for them as well?
That's a flip of the coin.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's it's almost shooting from the hip. I mean, you really got to think on your feet to do something like that. So that's pretty impressive, and I'm glad to hear that your group came in first. So great for Crowder there. Tell people about the speech and debate team and practices, or how you guys get together. Tell us about how all that works.
Sure, I want to do that, but I want to back up just one really quick second and tell you that in one of our rounds, there was a mix-up about whether we would be for or against in this particular subject. And so Eleanor, our lead, went in thinking she was going to be speaking for something, and at the last minute she had to switch and argue against it. It was really quite incredible. She did the switch on the fly based on the research the team had provided. But our team, we meet once a week. The students that are involved in it are enrolled in a college credit class. We meet once a week. We go over different types of speech, and this weekend we're going to be competing in Warrensburg at Central Missouri, and we're going to be what's called individual events, where they'll be doing informative speeches or persuasive speeches. So we go through all of that. We will usually do 3 events per semester. We've done Bolivar, we'll do Central Missouri, and then we will do a one-on-one with Park University in Webb City, at our campus in Webb City. We'll do that. That'll be the last of this season. And then we'll have some new students coming on board with us next semester. We'll go to Shreveport, Louisiana. Missouri Southern's doing a pitch contest, which is where you pitch a product or a service. And so we're going to be involved in that. And then we have an event called Speechification, which is our own event. We will invite other schools to be with us in the spring.
So it's not just one type of speech or debate that you have to learn for this course, but you're getting a variety of experience in all kinds of different public speaking or debate topics. So it sounds like you get a lot of diversity in what you get to practice. We do, and I tell students that are tire kicking and looking into speech and debate that I enjoy having, and I encourage first-time students who've never done it before to join us. There's so much learning to be done. If you're going to be a school teacher, you're going to be a preacher, you're going to be in business, you're going to be in front of audiences, whether it's one-on-one or whether a group, and it's a great experience. And then within any kind of event, there are all sorts of different events or sub-events you can participate in. We've even got, they call it after dinner, which is kind of like stand-up comedy. There's that event. So there's a lot of variety and a lot of different directions you can go, but I think they all benefit just about any student. Yeah, it sure sounds like it. I think just all kinds of different fields somebody could go into. They're going to find something of value if they were to take that class. So it is a class. Are they required to go to these events and publicly debate and all those kind of things to be part of the class, or is that optional?
Well, I'm not going to say that it's optional. There are so many different events. I think I mentioned in our press release that a young lady named Peyton Black has never done this before. And she actually was part of a pitch team 2 years ago that won the Joplin Chamber of Commerce's pitch event. She'd never done it before. She's never done speech and debate before. And she has done very, very well. So I encourage all of our team members to participate at some level.
Yeah, it sounds like a great course that will really push you to be a better communicator. And so if people want to find out more about that, where's the best place they can reach out to?
Well, they can always tag my email address. The class that you enroll in is called Competitive Speech, and it's Competitive Speech 121 or 122, 123, or 124, depending on what semester of school you're in. But they can talk to their advisors, their enrollment advisors, and tell them that they want to be involved in competitive speech. Or they can email me. I'm Michael Brockett at crowder.edu. And I set up an interview time that I can speak with them and tell them more about it.
Well, hey, congratulations on your success starting off the semester here. And I know when people hear this interview on Saturday, you've got another meet scheduled for that day. So best wishes to you on that.
Right. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.
If you live within the broadcast area of KNEO Radio, we have a podcast just for you. The KNEO Community Connection keeps your finger on the pulse of what's coming up in the four-state area, telling you about upcoming events you don't want to miss, organizations in our communities doing great work, and conversations with the dynamic citizens who are behind it all. There's a lot going on around you that you don't want to miss. This is Luke Taylor. Join me each week as we talk about what's happening with the people who are making it happen. Brought to you by KNEO Radio 91.7 FM and the Sky High Podcast Network. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts.